Okay. All this me. Not all. Hello.
Hi, Kathleen.
Wow. Hi, people.
Okay, we should be live now.
Wow, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
This makes a happen sense. This size.
All right. Well, we are here today. We're going to be bottling up some stuff, and then I won't be making dinner on stream, but I will be prepping it. So. Need to bottle up some of these spices. We're doing original today. Which I don't think I'll need a mask for it. I think I'll be fine with original. But some of the other ones are like really... Actually, you know what? Maybe just in case. Maybe just in case. Oh, I need my funnel.
Question?
What's up, baby?
It's a question?
That's a question mark. You know what a question mark is?
Okay.
Welcome to the stream. What's up, Lee? Got the seasoning and tried the tacos. It was very good. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. That is great to hear. Everything show up intact. I gotta get like some... I'd like to get some better packaging, but right now, just because like not a lot of money's coming through, it's a little hard to upgrade to like more expensive packaging, but eventually I'll get to that point. But I think I need to get some tougher packaging now that I'm using these bottles instead of bags. It showed up fine, no issues? Okay, good. Good to know. Which ones did you get again? Was it just the taco one, or did you get all of them? I got all of them. Going to try barbecue next. Nice. Yeah, the barbecue is really good on just like some grilled chicken or something, or if you put in some like some chicken breast or chicken thighs in the air fryer. I mean, obviously it's good for other things too, but that's usually what I'm using it for regularly. I mean, obviously your toxic stuff on the grill is good for that too. But unfortunately, because I live in an apartment, I don't get the barbecue anymore, which is super sad. That's like the worst thing about being in an apartment. There's no more barbecue. We're thinking about getting pork ribs for Labor Day. Oh, that'll be good. That'll be real good. If you get pork ribs or the pork rib tips. Those are definitely some of my favorite things to make too. Although I do have a rub that I specifically use for pork ribs and basically nothing else. Like it is like a exclusively pork rib rub. You could probably use it on other stuff or whatever, but it's basically just my personal mix of what I use on my pork ribs. And I thought about selling it, but I'm like, I don't really want to sell something that has one use, you know? Where it's just like it's for exclusively this one thing, you know? I think my all-purpose seasonings and multi-purpose seasonings make more sense. I mean, I guess you could still use it on other things if you wanted to, but it was really only made specifically for one thing. It wouldn't just be tricky, it'd be pretty much impossible. I mean, if you got one of those balconies that you can put a grill on, and those big high rises or whatever, that would probably work. But we do not. One thing I forgot to mention, though, that I should probably put as a disclaimer on the website is that we don't use like anti-caking agents and stuff in our or anti-sticking or whatever the heck it's called. We don't use that stuff in our spices because like it's not really mass produced. I mean, I guess I'm producing it massively, but anyway, so sometimes especially if you don't use the spices for a while, you'll have to shake it up a bit. Like it doesn't clump together and get stuck like it's like a rock or whatever, but it does, like if it sits for a while, it does kind of pack up a bit, and you just got to shake it up and it'll loosen up. But yeah, we don't use any of that stuff. I wouldn't know where to get it anyway. Yeah, it should be fine. It's just one thing I noticed, especially because of these bottles that I got are literally the perfect size for the amount that I want to sell. And to be honest, I probably should have gone up a size just to make sure there was some wiggle room in there. But because these bottles are the exact size I needed, I have to fill them basically to the top. And that gets a little, you know, a little bit less room for you to do the shaky, shaky, shaky. But that's also part of the reason why I got these, the tops that have the big opening and the sifting opening too, because I wanted you to have options. And also, I think the spicy kind of needs it because there's like red pepper flakes in there, and I think they're a little too big to go through the small holes. By the way, We set up our Etsy store the other day. So the Etsy store is actually up and running, which is kind of cool because we're like directly on their marketplace or whatever. Yeah, so we'll try that out for a bit and see how that's going to work. I've never really bought anything on Etsy before, but I hear about it all the time, so hopefully something will come out of it. Uh-oh. I filled that one a little too much. Yeah, you gotta like pack it down, because like I said, these bottles are the perfect size. There we go. 4 ounces exactly. Yeah, even though this is like really tedious work, I think it's like therapeutic. I like the process, you know. Which is pretty much why, like when it comes to my cooking and stuff, like if I work for a place, I probably want to be like a prep chef. Above being like a line cook or a sous chef. Because I take a lot of joy in the prep. Especially when you're cooking in bulk. I think the prep is like my favorite part. I might like prepping more than actual cooking, although I really do enjoy cooking. I wonder if this will be enough to fill all these bottles. Probably not. I might have some left over, but I kind of went overboard on the amount of bottles because I don't know what's going to happen at the event that we're going to next month. And I'd rather have more than we need and not sell them all than have less than we need, you know. But I'm being a little ambitious thinking that I'm actually going to be able to sell this many bottles, to be perfectly honest. It's almost certainly overkill, but that's okay, because we'll sell what we can while we're there, and then hopefully word of mouth will get the ball rolling. That's all you can really hope for nowadays. I'm kind of curious how much it would cost to get like machines and stuff that could do this. I don't even know if that's something like that. I mean, I know you can get like industrial size ones or whatever for like factories, but I wonder if there's something you can get that's not so commercial to speed this process up. Oh, there's a little chunk of seasoning right there. Little nugget. Definitely don't want too few. Hopefully there's lots of food there for people to try it on. It's in a mall, so probably not. But eventually, hopefully, I can get to the point to where I can like serve food samples, so people can get like a direct idea of how it tastes. Bye, baby. Have fun. That's my real goal. Is I really want to get to the point to where I can start doing food, and I can actually like have real examples of stuff people can actually taste. Because that's the hard thing about selling spices is there's no real, there's very few like real ways to get people to taste it. You know, because it's literally just a spice mix. And sure, I guess you could taste it, you know, directly, but that's not really gonna do anything for you. Like it ain't gonna tell you how it'll taste on food. You just gotta kind of take the person's word for it that it's good. It's a good mix, you know. Uh-oh. Right. So far, so good. By the way, my daughter's birthday is coming up. She's gonna be 6 in a couple days here on Sunday, on 24th. But we're gonna be having a party for her at my mom's house tomorrow. She's been growing up so fast. It's crazy that she's about to turn 6. Oh, and my mom's calling me. Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back. mom called me. So I had to get that real quick. She was calling about my daughter's birthday, which is funny because that's what I was just talking about. No, that was me. I just had to answer it because I'm streaming from my phone. So whenever a call comes in, it interrupts the stream. I'm glad it doesn't just stop the stream. That would be annoying. I think we're both going to be making something. I'm probably going to just be like grilling for the most part. I'll probably bring some meat over to throw on the grill. And we might have a couple sides or whatever. It ain't going to be nothing crazy. Nothing too insane. Just need to see what I'm actually gonna bring. Alright, we're getting down to the wire here. I kind of figured I pulled out too many bottles here. I knew I wasn't going to really be able to fill up these. But I made a little extra. Just for this occasion. Okay. Just like my backup spice right here. So I was making spices the other day and I realized that I had accidentally bought onion powder instead of granulated onion. So this one came out a little looser and a little more of a different texture and color than my original usually comes out. So I'm using this to kind of supplement the regular blend that's actually used on the granulated. But it's all the same stuff. It's just this one came out a little bit finer than I had planned on it to. Alright, that should be enough. I don't want to change it up too much. And we'll save this for another occasion. I'll probably make like half an original batch next time. Like, can you see the color difference here? You see how this one's like a little whiter than this part down here? Because this one has this part has onion powder and this one has granulated onion in it. Same thing, it's just a consistency difference. Okay, and now with a little mix, it is uniform. And it didn't affect the original blend so much because I'm still using less of the other one than I am the main one, so. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't think there would be a difference. I mean, I think I used to use onion powder when I first started versus granulated, and I immediately stopped for that reason. But I guess it had been so long. I just didn't even think about it. But trial and error. That's how you learn. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. If you're watching, please do. My mom's asking for the link. She knows my channel, though. Okay. Hold on. Okay, Mom, I sent it to you on Instagram. I imagine, yeah, it tastes the same. The only difference is, like, onion powder is a bit more concentrated than granulated onion. So it's like a little stronger, but not by much. It has a bit more of a pronounced onion flavor than granulated does. Because there's 3 stages. There's minced. You can get minced onion, which has a very mild onion flavor. You can get granulated onion, which is slightly more. And then you can get onion powder, which has a pretty decent onion flavor. And each one has their own purpose in cooking. Like you'll use them for different things depending on what your goals are. So if you want a really pronounced onion flavor, but you don't want like onion bits or whatever in your food, like you don't want there to be like a physical component, then you get powder. Stuff like that. Yeah, I should have been paying attention when I ordered it, though. It was just, I just wasn't really paying attention. I think at the end of the day, it was just cheaper. And I'm like, oh crap, granulated onion is like super cheap now. That was not the case because it wasn't granulated. That's how they get you? Yeah. That's how they get you. And also, you know, you should just read. Pay attention to what you're actually buying and doing. That is also a thing. What's up, JB? The spice is going well. We're packaging up some original right now, which is going pretty good. We got quite a few bottles done during the stream alone. Go. Let's see, how many did we get done so far? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 bottles filled so far. We're moving. With the way things are going, though, I'm kind of excited for the future when it comes to the spices and the business and stuff, because I'm very confident in my spices. Like, I know that this is a really good product. I just gotta have the means to gain access to some of the stuff I need to do to promote it, which is the big thing, is like advertising costs are gonna be the big thing for me. My mom suggested that I start a GoFundMe to try to help get the ball rolling on some stuff early. And I did, but she's the only person who donated. So I have a GoFundMe up, and my mom's like, this will be a good idea. And she went to it, and she donated. It was the first donation, and she has remained the only. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to really work out, but worth a try. But I don't have access to Facebook, and I only have Twitter and kind of Instagram. So I have a very limited scope to how much I can share it anyway. So I'll have to figure that part out eventually. Go. So I think I got some drumsticks or whatever that not drumsticks, chicken legs that I thawed up that are in the fridge that I'll be marinating on stream for dinner. And if you stick around, I'll show you this new cutting technique that I use on the chicken to cook them that I've seen a few people do, but not a lot of people. It's a little bit different than... I guess King Cobra died? Oh wow. Is Scribble streaming right now? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that's what you meant. What you have your GoFundMe name under? Hold on, I'll share the link. Sorry, I had to go over to my computer to do that because I can't really do it on my phone. But I pinned the link in the comments, which I guess I should have done in the first place. Part of the reason why my business probably hasn't gotten to the point to where I wanted to go, because I'm terrible at self-advocating. Like, I'm horrible at self-promotion. I'm terrible at self-advocating. Because I'm really just an introvert. Like, I don't really like to be out in public and advertising for myself always feels weird. Also, too, I think another big issue that I've been trying to wrestle with is the fact that a lot of people gravitate towards people and they want like a really personal connection with the people that they buy stuff from, or you know, if you're making a product, they want to see your face, they want to know what you look like and stuff like that. But I don't like being on camera. You know, so I think that's a big factor where people are just like, we don't really know who you are. We see what you're making and it looks nice, but who the hell are you? You're just a pair of gloved hands. Thank you, Race King. I didn't bring my glasses. Wait, what? Kyle, what's up, yo? Welcome to the stream. Dang it. I'll call my mom after the stream then. Since when did Sasu need glasses? No, my mom texted me saying that she didn't bring her glasses. Because I was telling her to join the stream, but I don't think she's going to be able to see the chat and stuff. Because, she can't see. I'll just hit her up after the stream. I kind of hate that I don't have access to my phone while I'm streaming. Because I'm using my phone to do it. You know what? I guess I could use... I do have some other smartphones that are laying around that don't really have service that I could probably still stream from. I didn't even think of that. It's probably a much better idea than using my personal phone. You're going to play Schedule 1 later? I've already established I can't buy any Spice Canadian. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the actual label rules that I would have to follow to send them to Canada. And I would have to redo all of my labels and add, like, French, I guess. I would add, like, put everything that's on there in English also in French if I want to sell it in Canada, too. Which is a little bit much for me right now because I just don't really have the money to... But I've had quite a few people from Canada tell me that they want to buy spices, but I just can't right now because the situation is a little bit different. Yeah, so unfortunately, right now, it isn't really possible for me to do it, but I'm looking at it, and I've been looking at it. I'm trying to plan ahead. On the plus side, if you ever get bigger bottles, it'll make fitting the translation on it easier. Yeah, I was actually looking into doing that too. Just like selling the big 16-ounce bottles or whatever that people tend to get. But once again, I'm not quite ready for that either. I want to do like little small bottles, so I could do just like kind of like almost like a sample size for people to try. Like if they're on the fence, they don't really know what they would really like. Something like this. Hold on. Something like this. Like a little small one. Just do like a 5 sample pack or something like that, where you would try all 5 of them. That wouldn't be too hard to do, I don't think. I was actually contemplating on doing something like that when I go to the event next month, where it's just like the first 100 customers or whatever can get a free sample size of their choice with their purchase, you know. So whichever one they don't get, it's just like, here's a little sample you can get with it. But I'll have to see how much product I have after I bottle up all this stuff that I got now. And then there's the issue of buying the smaller bottles and doing all that stuff too, which, you know, may or may not be a problem. Whew. My AC turned off for a second and it got hot real quick. The tripped out part is I don't think it's hot in the house. I think I'm just hot. Central air for the win. Man, I wish. Not as much as we're paying to live here. You'd have to pay $300-400 more a month to get central air. We're actually lucking out with how much we're paying to live here. It's pretty cheap, but it is really, really tiny. We live in a teeny tiny little dungeon. We haven't had central air. We haven't had central air since Aaliyah was born. And she's 6. That apartment that we were staying in where she was born, we had central air there. But then we moved to a townhome that didn't have it. And then we had to get away from that place because they had basically raised our rent up to like $1,500. And it was like $1,100 when we moved in. No, it wasn't even $1,100. Well, yeah, it was about $1,100 when we moved in. But by the time we moved out, it was almost $1,500, and we couldn't afford that. So they successfully raised the rent high enough to finally get us out of there, because we know they wanted to. So they can raise the rent up to God knows where it's at right now. Yeah, the struggle is real, but we're probably going to stay at this place for, because we were only planning on staying here for a year, but that doesn't seem like it's going to work out. So we might have to stay here for another year just to get ourselves out of debt and back on track, which we have been doing. We've been paying off a significant portion of our debts, and both of our credit scores have recovered quite a bit. We're both over 700 now. We're both back over 700, I should say. But it took us a while to kind of get back on track. But we might be able to accelerate things because Aaliyah is starting kindergarten in a couple days here, which means I'll have 6 hours or so to possibly look for something myself that I can work throughout the day, maybe part-time, to add to our recovery efforts. Which God knows I don't want to do, because working for other people is a terrible, terrible endeavor. But my business is not doing what it should be doing, and YouTube is a complete and utter lost cause at this point. I have pretty much completely given up on the idea of growing at all anymore on YouTube. So making somebody else infinite money, kind of all I got to do right now. Until further notice. But that's why I'm pushing so hard on my business, to really get this ball moving. But as I said, I am very confident in the direction that my business is moving in right now. I just gotta play it smart. This will be the last bottle, I think. If you can keep it under your hat. I went to school with a semi-famous YouTuber that got shadow banned. Oh yeah? Yeah, I think my gaming channel is actually shadow banned too. Because YouTube just kind of refuses to push my content. It really kind of sucks. Okay. I think that'll do it. That is all my original seasoning. Well, most of it. I still got some left, but like I said, it's all... It is not correct, so... There we go. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $36, plus the ones that I got in the cabinet, which would probably put me to slightly over 40. You ever hear of Matt G124? No, that doesn't ring a bell. That does not ring a bell. Alright, so now we're done with this. He was an edgy emo kid? Sounds about right. Especially if his channel got blacklisted. Sadly, my gaming YouTube channel, I believe it got blacklisted because of the people that I was playing online with, not because of my own content. Because we used to do streams back in the day where we'd play with multiple people. We'd play like Ark and 7 Days to Die and stuff, and for whatever reason, people thought it was fun to say like the most outlandish stuff on my streams while we were live and get my channel flagged for all kinds of stuff. Because they wanted to be edgy or racist or whatever, and just, you know, ha ha ha, racism. And I'm just like, you know this is my channel, right? Like, everything you say, they hold me responsible for. Which is part of the reason why I got so strict as to who I would do content with. Yeah, man, I wish I would have gotten the YouTube back when it was relevant and that was even possible. I mean, it still is possible, just significantly more difficult. But I had plenty of time growing up to make content and get into videos. And as a matter of fact, there was a time in my life where I like literally didn't have to work or wasn't working, and all I did from sun up to sundown was just play video games, when I could have been monetizing or making videos on that content back then. But just like everything else in life, I am always late to the party, and by the time I jump on the train, it's already broken down and it's already too late. It happened with YouTube, it happened with crypto, it happened with my food business. I'm always too late. But then I try like as hard as I can and I make something happen, but it never is to the point that it could have been if I would have done it when I could have done it. It's actually kind of crazy how many times that's happened to me. Hello, Jen. Cryptic still wants to send you durian. He already did it. We already had that episode. We've already experienced that horrible thing. We don't need a repeat. Tell him no more alien eggs, please. I will pass on the alien eggs. Thank you very much. Put on my surgery gloves. That sounds really weird to me. I wonder if that sounds weird to you guys on the stream. The sound of me putting on my glove. Alright, so right here we have just some chicken drumsticks. Nothing too fancy. I put them in the fridge last night, but I did not marinate them because I wanted to cut them first. So yeah, what I've started doing with these, instead of just like cooking them like this, which you could do, no problem. I mean, that's how everybody cooks them anyway. But if you have a really sharp knife, I started cutting them down the middle and just like flaying along the sides a little bit. Just kind of like open it up like this. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm gonna get behind the camera. And what that does is it gives you it'll give you more surface area for your spices and your seasoning, and it'll also make sure that it cooks evenly. What's up, princess?
What's up, princess?
Look, I'm cutting chicken.
A chicken?
Yeah. You go potty?
Yeah. We have a pee feeling, the poo feeling.
Oh yeah? Okay. Uh-oh. We got a potty emergency. So I know a lot of people, they kind of steer away from cooking this type of chicken because it's always like not done in the middle because they don't really cook it right. But this is a good way to not, like, to make you not have to deal with that. Because you're cutting down to the bone and you're splaying the meat out just like a little bit. So you don't have to worry about it not being done in the center. Especially like if you're frying it or grilling it. It tends to cook very quickly. But you just cut it like right along the bone. And then like cut the meat a little bit just to like spread it out. Almost like butterflying it. There you go. And if you cook it like this in the air fryer, if you bake it, if you put it on a grill or whatever, you get a much more even cook. You can get more seasoning on it everywhere. You know. It's pretty good. But hold on, I'll be back. I gotta change my daughter because she is smelling terrible right now. Okay, I'm back. Let me go wash and sanitize my hands real quick. Okay, our hands are washed and sanitized. Waiting for the sanitizer to dry so I can put my gloves back on. And we can get back to cutting this chicken. I wonder what seasoning I should use on this. I made spicy chicken last night. Maybe I'll do lemon pepper today, or lemon garlic herb chicken today. I think that'll be good. So when you do this, if you're ever gonna do this, you want to find the thickest part of the meat. So the spot where there's like the meat is the thickest. You don't want to do it on like a shallow side of the meat or whatever where the meat's not so thick, because your cuts are not going to be good. Hey, look at that one. That's a thick boy right there. This was huge. Holy crap.
What's this?
What's that, baby?
It's a potty.
Yeah, that's the potty.
Look. It's a potty.
Yeah, that's your potty in the bathroom.
Yeah. The potty is either there's pee feeling or poop feeling in their body.
Good job.
You might feel in their tummy, kind of down low.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Excuse me, sorry. Tends to be a little more pink in the bone. At the right temperature, my hot take, steak is the best meat. This is an interesting way to cook drumsticks. Oh yeah, they come out really good in the air fryer too. They come out really good in the air fryer. Also, if you fry them, like if you cut them like this, and then you bread them, like fried chicken or whatever, and do it like that, it's really good like that too. I've even seen people go so far as to cut all the meat off the bone completely. Like they'll cut down to the tendon or whatever and cut all this meat off completely, like cut it around the bone and cut it off, and then just like make a chicken sandwich out of it or something. I kind of like these unconventional ways to do stuff, you know? Because there's always like the standard way to do it, but who says you gotta? I like when people think outside the box. So this one in particular, I'm glad I kind of messed this one up because this is a good example of if you don't cut on the thick part, it'll be kind of uneven. So like there's a bunch of meat on this side, but less so on this side. Because the actual fatty part was over here. So that's where I probably should have cut. Not fatty, but that's where the most meat was, I should say. But it's not the end of the world if you don't do it exactly how, you know, whatever. There you go. You got all that surface area. I do that with pork tenderloin. I cut it into pork chops. Yeah. That's like, I don't even buy cut up pork, like pre-cut pork chops. I just buy like a really big pork tenderloin. And the reason I like doing that is because with the pork tenderloin, you can cut all the light part, like the light part of the meat. Cut all that into pork chops or whatever, into slices, and slice that into pork chops. And then once you get down to the part where there's the dark meat, I cut all that up into chunks for stir fry. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and season this. Yeah. I like these gloves, man, but if your hands are just a little wet, like a little damp, they're like really hard to get on. So right now we're using the lemon garlic herb. I kind of like the way these lids are because the holes are not like as big as some of the other ones, so you can really kind of control exactly how much you want to put on your chicken. Just making sure I'm getting all the corners and crevices. It looks like there's a lot coming out here, like I'm using a whole lot, but there's really not. Like there's actually so little coming out that I can control it easily. See, there's still a decent amount in there from where it started. Is Aaliyah into spicy food yet? No, she I've tried to get her to try a couple spicy things and she's like, nah, I'm good. She like, no thanks. Alright, there we go. There is our lemon garlic herb seasoned chicken. Looking all schmexy. Yes, indeed. Alright, so this is going to go into the air fryer for later on. My wife actually gets off a little earlier than she normally does today. Now, what am I going to make with this chicken? That is the question. I could just do some rice. That's always a good go-to. I made mashed potatoes yesterday. What to do? Rice is usually the go-to. I know my wife, like, she loves rice. Also, too, this lemon garlic herb seasoning, you could literally just put this on rice as is, and it's good. Like, just putting this on rice, oh my god. It's so good. It's almost like, what do you call the rice seasoning? Crap. Furikake, I think it's called, or something like that. I don't know. Like just a bunch of different rice seasonings you can get. Tabernacle. I feel like I've heard that word before. Alright, so maybe I should just put these back in the fridge. You know what? I kind of want, because like I've been trying not to eat like a lot of fried chicken and stuff or fried foods lately, but I've been craving it. I should take like 3 of these and just fry them. A little Italian. The cannoli is multiple. Excuse me. So one of these days, I think I'm gonna make a. Have you guys ever made like a pizza, like a homemade pizza with chicken as the crust, just like ground up chicken, like this kind of chicken? It's actually pretty interesting. Maybe I'll do a barbecue chicken pizza like that, because I still got those. I still got those pickled onions. Can't say I've ever eaten canned chicken. I don't eat it ever, but I specifically buy it just in case I want to make a chicken like a pizza without using like bread, because I don't want to like make or knead dough. And essentially, what you could do is you just like you grind it down. And you mince it up, make sure it's like really minced up, kind of like tuna, and then you add some cheese and some seasoning and maybe an egg or two, and you lay it out, you flatten it like a pizza, you bake it, and it just turns into this deliciousness that you can put pizza toppings on and put back in the oven and cook. It turns out pretty good. Yep, I have convinced myself. I think I'll make that for you guys. I think I'll make that for you guys coming up, because it's actually really good. Yeah, I just made salmon patties the other day with the canned salmon, and they were delicious. I love making salmon patties. Oh yeah, I forgot we got udon noodles up here. These are the ones that I'll buy. I love these udon noodles. They have lots of uses, and they're so good. Yeah, I've been streaming for a bit now. We're probably gonna wrap it up here soon though, because my wife's not home yet, and I'm gonna wait until she gets home to actually start cooking. And I did the bottling that I planned on doing today. I still need to bottle taco seasoning and barbecue and spicy. So more streams to come. I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me as usual. It is always a pleasure. Maybe if I keep these streams up long enough, I can get enough freaking watch hours on my cooking channel to monetize it. Because that's my biggest thing, is getting the watch hours has been tough on that channel, because I don't ever stream. I just do videos. And I haven't done videos in months. I kind of want to start doing videos again, honestly, but this kitchen is so tiny. Every time I try, it just makes it so annoying. So I'll figure something out on that front, but I would like to start making cooking video, like actual cooking videos again. But this kitchen's even smaller than my last one, and it was hard to do in my last one. So the struggle is real, y'all. YouTube is fucked. Enjoy it, but wish it was better. Yeah, it, It kind of sucks. And now they're basically saying now that even if you watch a video, like if you go to my channel and you watch a video to completion from beginning to end, and then you click off the video, they don't even really count that as like an engaged view because you didn't like it and you didn't comment. So they're just like, well, how do we know that
This
it's
is
content that you care about?
size.
You see a chicken?
Come on here. Check it out.
Yeah, you see the chicken?
Chicken. That's so tasty.
Well, it's not tasty yet. I gotta cook it first.
But that's not a coconut size.
Does it look really good though?
That size that is yours coconut size.
Yeah.
Look, chicken is in its size.
Yeah, Daddy's streaming.
And look at these. It's 133.
Yep, you see Jen? Say hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. Hey, Jen. Will you help out the chicken?
What you trying to get out of the refrigerator? What you want to hear, Goblin?
A yogurt?
No, you can't have any yogurt because you ate yogurt earlier. You had 2 yogurts today already, Goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find you something to snack on. Come on. You want some crackers?
Yeah?
This one?
Yeah?
Don't make a mess, okay? Thank you.
1,
All right.
2, 3,
She's so cute, man.
5.
Oh, you wanted to tell you what a chicken says? She'll tell you.
7, 8.
Aaliyah, come here real quick, baby. What sound does a chicken make?
Ooh, counting animals. You know what I'm counting?
What else? What other animals?
What about snakes?
Snakes?
Slides.
What sound does a dinosaur make?
Roar. Roar like it. Roar.
Dinosaurs are her favorite animals, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if I updated you guys on that, but dinosaurs are her absolute favorite.
Roar. What kind of animal?
How about a sheep?
Bah. Bah.
How about a horse?
Nay. Go like a horse. Nay.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Get her the shark head.
About a chicken. Ba, 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 ba. Your size.
What sound does a monkey make?
Ooh, I'm acting like an animal.
Acting like an animal.
What about gorillas? Oh, what's rockets acting like a gorilla?
Oh, y'all done got her started. All right, sit down and eat your crackers, baby. Thank you for doing animal sounds with me.
Good job, animals.
You're such a smarty pants. Are you excited for kindergarten?
Yeah.
Well, you're starting in like 2 days, so you better be.
No, I can't.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys had fun. Always a pleasure. I will see you guys on the next one. Let me put this chicken in the fridge. Bye, guys.